Alright, what's up guys? NinjaDeathStrike here, bringing you another Pokemon TCGO match. In this video, I'm going to be playing Empoleon. This is a deck I have not actually played with very much, probably less than 5 games with it. And it's mostly just because I'm really indecisive about how I want to build my list. I never know who to pair with him, and Eels are just so popular that, I don't know, I never just really enjoy playing the deck that much. Maybe I just need some more time with it. But looks like in this match I'm going to be playing against a Darkrai Zoroark deck with Mewtwo EX thrown in there for good measure because everybody plays Mewtwo. Especially with the tins now, you can just kind of expect to see it in every deck ever, which actually makes it a lot easier for good players, I think, on TCGO because they'll take advantage of that. But I have a decent setup here. It looks like I am going to get an energy, going to be able to call for family, fill up my bench on the first turn, which is always nice for this deck. And this is actually kind of an interesting matchup because my opponent needs to have his deck filled up as well, which is just going to feed my attack. So could work out well. It really just depends on how fast we can both get set up. Obviously, Zoroark, it's not as popular as a lot of people expected it to be back when Dark Explorers first came out, but it still does have the potential to just go off turn 2 and win the game by about turn 7. I've had it happen to me before where they just explode turn 2 and you're never really able to recover from it, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen here. He doesn't have any energy, it looks like, so he's forced to just go for Confuse Ray with Sableye. I guess he didn't even have any items. And he actually chose to attach to the Darkrai EX, which I really don't like, especially in this deck. Zoroark is your early attacker while you build up your Darkrai for later, and he didn't do that. So he's going to go for the Darkrai early, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But I get a really good hand. Here I can Rare Candy into Empoleon, and I'm going to be able to drag up this Mewtwo, smack it for 110 damage, which is just crazy. And you'll notice that I also play Roserade in this deck, which is something I like quite a bit. It's not normally going to be targeted down for catchers because there's other things on your board that you need to worry about. And it can get you a key card whenever you need it. So I do have the option to play that down and grab myself a supporter next turn if I need to. And from there, hopefully I can get a second Empoleon out. I also have the Diving Draw active now, which is really good. The main thing is I was expecting one of these Emolgas to get killed early, and they're not. So they're kind of clogging up my bench when I would like to be able to maybe put down that Terrakion and get an energy on him so he's ready to retaliate. I'm not sure if I ran Energy Switch in this deck at the time. I should have if I didn't, but I kind of don't think I had any in my list. And that is really good because it lets you play down Terrakion and then retaliate out of nowhere, which is where I think Terrakion is the most effective. Benching him a turn early can be risky just because of catcher, so, but I go for Roserade here, and I grab a catcher instead of a supporter, which I guess is not actually that big of a deal. I have some stuff, and I also have 2 diving draws, so it's not like I won't be able to get cards, and I really wanted to take a prize on that Mewtwo before he could Max Potion it off. If he plays Max Potion, you never know. But I take it out, and I go up 2 prizes, and here he finally powers up his Darkrai. He's been just powering it up manually, completely abandoned Zorua, even though that was his best shot at early aggression, opted to go for the Darkrai. So I do decide to play the N here, which I don't think was necessary at all. Definitely could have just gone for Diving Draw instead of the N. Not only did I put myself down to 4 cards and get rid of my Terrakion, I gave him 6 when he was down to, I believe, 3, so that was really unnecessary, and I probably played it just because I had it in my hand, and I felt like I needed to, but a misplay on my part to be sure. So luckily here, diving draw does net me stuff that I want. So I can get Prinplup evolved. Next turn I'll be able to get a third Empoleon down, and that'll be really good. And also draw into a Terrakion off of the second diving draw. So once this first Empoleon goes down, I'll be able to drop down Terrakion, keep my side of the board full, and keep up as much pressure as I can. Because right now I'm doing 100 damage, I think, and you really want to be, hitting for at least 90 every turn. That way you can be two-shotting EXs. Sometimes you can just get stuck where you don't have anything to put on your bench, and your damage output gets pretty sad at that point. So being able to consistently two-hit KO these EXs is a really good thing right now. He is going to random receiver. Didn't see what he grabbed there. It might have been a Juniper. And he also puts the Dark Claw onto Darkrai, which isn't going to make a whole lot of difference, really, because I'm just going to take it out next turn, and he's already going to take out my Empoleon even without the extra damage. I would have, even if he had only done 90, it would have been enough to take me out. So, not a big deal. But he does get some stuff on his bench. He benches down another Zorua, which could mean I could have to deal with some Zoroarks, and I would much rather just attack EXs and pick up 2 prizes at a time. That way I don't run the risk of being end down to 1, but it doesn't look like that's going to be an option. So he's thinking for a long time about what he wants to do here. Probably considering retreating into Zoroark. Yep, which is not a bad move at all. He's going to be able to take me out still, and he's going to make it harder for me to take a prize on his Darkrai. So he also catches up my other Empoleon, and he's going to be able to take that out. I don't really know how necessary that was. I guess it'll make it easier for him to kill the really injured one later, but at the same time, he maybe could have saved that catcher for a more desperate time. It's sometimes kind of hard to tell. So I do have the Juniper here, which is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and get a completely new hand, hit a Max Potion, which is so good in this deck, heal that wounded Empoleon of 100 damage, so kind of just undo his whole plan with the catcher there, and actually get a Tool Scrapper as well. I don't even know if I need to play it, though, because the Dark Claws are not adding any major damage thresholds. I guess it's possible that it could put Zoroark to 140, but I'm going to kill that Zoroark this turn anyhow, and then Darkrai doing 110 doesn't make a difference to my deck at all. It may as well just do 90. So I go ahead and hang on to the Tool Scrapper just in case I need it later. It's possible he plays a Violite as well. We've seen that he does play both Tornadus and Mewtwo EX, which is interesting. And now he decides to promote the Tornadus, so I really want to hit a catcher if I can at this point, and hopefully be able to get that Darkrai back out and take that thing out before he can heal it. Again, I'm running on the assumption that he plays Max Potion, however he very well could not. I just kind of assume everything plays Max Potion in this format. It seems like it does. But he got a couple Dark Patches there. I think he put another Dark Claw onto his Zoroark. And now I'm going to play the Tool Scrapper. So I'm really glad that I hung on to it there. He did have an Eviolite, so I'm able to get the Eviolite off of the Tornadus and get the Dark Claw off of the only thing that would really matter with being the Zoroark. And it puts me in a really, really strong position. I mean, I already have pretty commanding control of the game right now, but the Tool Scrapper was just a little bit extra. So I hit the catcher here, and it puts me in an interesting predicament whether or not I want to use it now. I decide I'm going to go ahead, take the prizes on Darkrai while they're there, and then I can just kill anything in 2 turns, but as soon as I play down, he just concedes. So that's going to be the match. This is the only video I had backed up with Empoleon. That's why I decided to put it up. But thumbs up if you liked it. Leave me a comment about what you like to run with Empoleon if you want to do that. There's actually a lot of options, a lot of varying opinions. Check out my Facebook page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. And stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching, guys.